Welcome to this tutorial on Bernafon Oasisnxt. Oasisnxt is the software which you need to program Bernafon hearing instruments. My name is Chris. Today I will take you through the fitting section of the software. The Oasisnxt workflow is the same regardless of the performance level or style you are fitting. The only difference is the number of available features and how much you can adjust those features. Once the hearing aids have been detected and the acoustics have been checked, you can move into the fitting menu. Within the fitting menu are tabs for adaptation, amplification, fitting assistant, program assignment, feedback manager, REM, frequency composition, and tinnitus sound support. Let's look at each of the sub-menu items in more detail. The adaptation tool helps you to set the hearing instruments according to how experienced your client is with amplification. Adaptation can be used two ways, as a manual adjustment or as an automatic adjustment. By default, the tool is always on manual and is set at 80% of the actual target gain for clients age 18 and over. For clients younger than 18 years of age, the target is set to 100%. When moving the manual adjustment from 80% to 90% and then to 100%, you can see that the changes occur predominantly in the high frequencies and then the mid frequencies. This makes sense as it is usually the high frequency gain which disturbs our clients initially, and they take a while to get used to hearing them again. Once the manual control is on 100%, the automatic gain adaptation control is grayed out as the gain cannot go higher. Let's look at automatic gain adaptation. For that, I will set the gain back down to 80%. Once you enable the automatic gain adaptation, you can set the start gain to 80% or 90%, and the end gain to 90% or 100%. You can also set how long you want it to take to reach the end gain. In amplification, you can adjust the gain of the hearing instruments. You have different options available in the amplification grid. The number of maximum controls differs depending on the hearing instrument family. However, you can decrease the number of controls down to 6 or 3 if you prefer. You can opt to adjust all frequencies at all input levels at the same time, one input level only for all frequencies, specific bands for each of the inputs, individual frequencies and inputs, or look at the compression ratio in each band. The right and left hearing instruments are linked by default. If you want to adjust the ears separately, simply unlink them. If you have more than one program, you can adjust the gain in all programs at the same time by ensuring that the programs are linked. There are various options for how each graph is displayed. You can access these with this drop-down menu. And you can also set up the preferences so that your favorite graph is displayed automatically. Looking at the graph, you see targets, simulated response curves, headroom of amplification, and feedback margins in dark gray. The fitting assistant guides the conversation with your client to facilitate a successful fitting. Based on the selected topic and complaint, you can identify a problem together and Oasisnxt will offer an appropriate solution. The solutions consist of changes to gain as well as other recommendations. To use the fitting assistant, do the following. Select a topic in the Select Topic column. Select a category and complaint in the Specify Complaint column. Based on the selected complaint, Oasisnxt recommends a solution. Click both to apply the solution to both sides. When applicable, you can also click right or left to apply the solution to either side. If the applied solution changes the gain, the changes will be visible in the graph. Under Program Assignment, you can choose additional listening programs with input via microphones, telecoil, or mixed mode. There are different actions you can perform in this screen. You can add a program, copy a program either by the drag and drop functionality or the copy icon, change a program, delete a program, or swap programs by dragging one program over the other. We can rename the programs so that it is meaningful for our client. These names will appear in the Bernafon app. The names will also appear when you print a report for the client. Moving on to Feedback Manager. As described earlier, the dark gray area represents the predicted feedback margin. The feedback measurement is very quick. You can run right and left separately, or both at the same time. The bar in the middle gives an indication of level of background noise. The background noise level needs to be kept lower than this line. If the noise level is too loud, you will get a notification from the software and will need to repeat the measurement when it is quieter. Once you have completed the measurement, you can accept it for whichever program you want. You can also toggle between the predicted and measured feedback curves. On this screen, you can choose between REM fit or REM settings. REM fit uses an IMC2 compliant REM system or an AudioScan VeriFit and lets you automatically fit your client's hearing instruments to the prescribed target within Oasisnxt. You can also fine-tune the gain if desired. You can choose between insertion gain or speech mapping measurement protocols. REM settings lets you set the hearing instruments into measurement mode for use with an external REM system. You can fine-tune the gain if desired and save any adjustments. Oasisnxt will turn on frequency composition when there is an indication from the audiogram data that the feature would be beneficial to the client. When frequency composition is recommended, you will get a default setting for destination and intensity. The destination depends on the degree and slope of the hearing loss. The default for intensity is always 4 dB. The adjustments you can make are turning frequency composition on or off in any program. You can also make changes to the destination and intensity. The recommendation is that you don't adjust the destination, but adjust the intensity to suit your client's needs. You can also turn the high frequencies off. Turning the high frequencies off may improve sound quality for some people who have a lot of distortion in this frequency range. Tinnitus Sound Support is a tool that generates sounds for use in a tinnitus management program to help clients suffering from tinnitus. You can select and modify sounds to suit your client's preference. The signal drop-down list offers 4 broadband sounds and 3 sounds that imitate the rhythm of the ocean. Several modulations can be applied to the broadband sounds. Modulation varies the volume of the sound over time. Automatic level steering automatically adjusts the intensity of the tinnitus sound in response to the environmental noise. The microphone is turned on by default. If you want to offer a program with only tinnitus sounds, click the control to turn off the microphone. Use the frequency shaping controls to modify the frequency content of the broadband sounds. The controls table indicates in situ dBSPL values. The fittings section of Bernafon Oasisnxt allows for customization of fittings to suit each one of your clients.